Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymox, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Weird Wednesday. How's it going? Another day, another dollar. What's up, Jamie? How you doing tonight?
I am doing a lot better now.
Oh yeah, little St. Patrick's Day action.
Yeah.
I dug out a green T-shirt. Got a green Monster Energy. It's not beer, but it's in a green can. So does that count for something?
Of course it counts.
Okay, cool.
It's all about intent.
True.
Like I intended on this being my green till my mom said, "That does not look that green."
It's got green
There's
in it.
green in there.
Yep.
It's olive green OD camo.
How's everybody in the chat room been doing this week so far? Anybody got any crazy St. Patty's Day stories?
Anybody get their uncle thrown through the door? Ramrodded through the door head first?
Yeah, really.
That green beer.
Green beer. I looked up some St. Patrick's Day. 7 surprising facts about St. Patrick's Day. And it says, while St. Patrick's Day is now associated with wearing green, parades, when they're not canceled, and beer, the holiday is grounded in history that dates back to more than 1,500 years. The earliest known celebrations were held in the 17th century on March 17th, making the anniversary of the death of St. Patrick in the 5th century. St. Patrick was born in Britain, and much of what's known about St. Patrick's life has been interwoven with folklore and legends. Historians generally believe that St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, was born in Britain, not Ireland, near the end of the 4th century. At age 16, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders and sold as a slave to a Celtic priest in Northern Ireland. After toiling for 6 years as a shepherd, he escaped back to Britain. He eventually returned to Ireland as a Christian missionary. Little known facts about St. Patrick.
Yeah, there's a lot about Ireland that people don't know.
Yeah, and I always heard, that St. Patrick was one that was banishing snakes from Ireland, and says about that. It says among legends associated with St. Patrick is that he stood atop an Irish hillside and banished snakes from Ireland, prompting all serpents to slither away into the sea. Jason would have liked that.
Yeah, it reminds me of The Simpsons. Or what was it? The snake whacking day.
Yeah. But it says, in fact, research suggests that snakes never occupied the Emerald Isle in the first place. There are no signs of snakes in the country's fossil record, and the waters that surround Ireland since the last glacial period. Before that, the region was covered in ice and would have been way too cold for reptiles to exist in.
Yes, Lori, I'm mostly Irish, Scottish, Greek, a little Greek, Welsh, thought German, but we just got our genealogy back and found a couple little percents of some interesting stuff in there, like 0.003% African, 0.000 something Asian. My mom always said I was a mutt, so I was curious to see what was going to come up in that. But the biggest piece of my pie is Irish on both sides. You heard correct.
Hey, what kind of spells do leprechauns use?
Is this a D joke?
Lucky Charms, of course.
I was thinking that. But is that a spell or a
Yeah.
thing to use a spell?
I know.
Was that D's joke?
Nope.
She had some cute pictures today.
Why do leprechauns love to garden?
Why do they love to garden? I just pictured them like rolling over their nuts with a lawnmower. That's all that just came to my mind.
Anybody? Because they have green thumbs.
Ah,
Oh, come on.
that's cute. That's cute. I just couldn't get the image out of my mind of smashed leprechaun nuts.
Yeah.
Never know where my cartoon brain will go. Oh, D does have a joke. Please tell it.
What's up, Tyler? How you doing, man? You feeling better?
Grass tickles their balls. She made me snort. Unless y'all didn't hear that.
Oh, I got tons of corny leprechaun jokes.
Well, say some more.
Oh. What do you call leprechauns who break the law? It's in the name. Leprechauns.
Oh, a leprechaun.
Oh, God, they just keep getting worse and worse, right?
No, what's bad is I'm not even getting them. Okay, so D says, what is Santa Claus' favorite dance? The Irish jig.
Okay.
And why is that? I'm trying to think of the connection between Saint Nick and the leprechauns. I remember making in school they probably don't do this anymore, but we used to make the little dioramas with the shoe boxes, and we'd bring, little pennies and spray paint them, look like the little pots of gold,
Yeah.
and make our little leprechaun traps. Try to trap a leprechaun. I liked making the little dioramas,
Yeah.
like with the little miniatures. I think that's what got me into to build dollhouses and stuff. I'm a nerd.
Why do leprechauns
Nerd.
hate running?
What's that?
Why do leprechauns hate running?
Why do leprechauns hate running? Because the grass tickles their balls?
Well, that could be the legit answer. I was going to say they'd rather jig than jog.
Ah,
I told you, man. Lots of corny ones. So another fact about the leprechaun, the red-haired, green-clothed leprechaun is commonly associated with St. Patrick's Day. The original Irish name for these figures of folklore is Labarison, meaning small-bodied fellow. Belief in leprechauns likely stems from a Celtic belief in fairies, tiny men and women who could use their magical powers to serve good or evil. In Celtic folklore, leprechauns were cranky souls responsible for mending the shoes of other fairies. No wonder they were cranky if they got to work on stinky shoes all day.
yeah, like they were cobblers or something, right?
Yep.
Why are leprechauns cranky? Because everyone's trying to take their gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And eating all their damn cereal.
Eating their Lucky Charms.
Blue diamonds, pink hearts.
This year, the clovers turns your milk green.
Ah.
They're like, you want green milk? I'm like, no. No, I'm not one of those people that can drink. I'm like really weird about milk. Big surprise, right? I can drink my own milk. I can drink soup after I've been like with a spoon. Then I can pick up, drink it. But I can't drink my cereal milk. Because I'm thinking about like the spoon and the drips like back in the bowl. And I have this thing about milk, like if somebody sips from my cup, I cannot drink it after that. Because all of a sudden it doesn't taste the same. It tastes warm and it smells funny. So I cannot have anybody drink my milk. So I've got this phobia of drinking the cereal milk after. When I watch people do it, I'm just sitting there like.
I was thinking about you the other day when I was eating dinner because I had Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
I know you're not a fan of Brussels sprouts.
the one vegetable. They're good for you, though.
Yeah. They
Hey,
give you the
Marianne.
wind, though.
Huh?
They'll give you the wind, though.
Do they know?
But yeah, had some Brussels sprouts. I was eating them thinking, oh, I'll just send a picture of this to Jamie.
How'd you make them?
I just steamed them and then threw some spices and stuff on there, and nothing fancy. I got a recipe for them that's pretty good though. Just takes a little longer, and I was in a hurry, so didn't do it.
Oh, there's a Florida man coming up, Wolfie.
Yeah, there is one. I guess I could start with that one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, man, really? Yeah, we might as well start with a Florida man. I'll go ahead and share this one. Florida man never disappoints. Florida man caught publicly jerking with a gherkin and is behind, say police. Thanks to Zach for pointing this one
I
out.
was just gonna say Zach is in chat, and thank you, Zach, for dorking my jerkin.
Yep. A Tampa Bay man was arrested for allegedly, like, if you see him doing it, was it allegedly, or was he doing it, or was he not doing it? A Tampa Bay man was arrested for allegedly masturbating on private property with an uneaten pickle inserted in his rectum on Sunday afternoon. Yes, you heard that right. He had a pickle up his ass.
Did it start out as a pickle? Or was it a cucumber?
I know.
And then it pickled because it was in there so long.
And was it really like a little gherkin, or was it like a full-on big dill pickle? But
like the one behind the bar.
Yeah. Oldsmore police in Pinellas County, Florida, accused Eric L. Dettage, 47, of lying in the yard of a townhouse while pleasuring himself with one hand and a pickle in the other hand, according to the arrest complaint originally published. The man faces a charge of exposure of sexual organs, a misdemeanor in Florida. Dettage is reportedly being held in custody on a $150 bond.
Wait, what?
He's being held in custody on a $150 bond.
No, I'm going back to the hand with the pickle. Like,
yeah.
Okay, wait.
Oh, it goes on a little bit more.
Okay.
The suspect reportedly holds a criminal record for resisting police, disorderly conduct, theft, and criminal mischief. And yeah, that is supposedly his picture there in the bottom. I had to include a picture of him because, if you're going to jerk off with a pickle in your butt, you might as well have a picture on the internet, right? The arresting officer notes the incident occurred around 4 p.m. local time on Sunday. The criminal complaint notes that Dettage was not armed with a firearm, and there's no mention of the pickle being taken afterwards as evidence. The report also notes that the suspect did not appear under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
I can't even blame it on that. Look at his face right there on the mugshot too. Like,
he's like, "Yep, that was me."
Yeah, like, yep.
Yep.
I just had a pickle up my ass.
And it was so fun, I had to jerk off about it.
But the pickle was in his hand or in his ass?
I know. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, like, was the pickle in his hand? Or, what was he? He's got two hands. We know what one hand was doing.
Yeah. I guess maybe he was...
maybe he was using the other hand with the pickle.
Yeah. Getting a little chinka going.
Yeah.
Wow. Some things, there you go, Wolfie. Florida man does not.
D6 is a dildo. That was Wolfie.
Yeah, Lori, you heard it right.
I don't know if I can ever eat a pickle the same way again.
Yeah. Some things, hey, do what you want to do, but don't do it in the front yard of a townhouse.
Mm.
Yeah,
definitely stay behind your closed doors.
Yeah. All kind of crazy things happen behind closed doors, but I guess he just wanted to share his freak flag with the world. Maybe. I don't know.
Like, was it a sweet pickle?
Yeah, it was a sweet pickle, or like a deli style.
Classic.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions. I want to know if it started out as a pickle.
Yeah.
And I'm getting that from South Park. Remember when he had the invisible girlfriend? He says, "Leave a cucumber on the couch," and he goes, "It's a pickle." You see that? It's a pickle.
Yep, Marianne. A lot of people after that story will think twice when they're eating a pickle, thinking,
It definitely wasn't a Vlasic, because those are known for crisp being, and that it's got to be a bendy kind of pickle, because otherwise.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Then now my cartoon brain's picturing, you know what I mean? Like playing cornhole, but
cornhole with pickles.
yeah, cornhole's paying people $1,000 to put up the game on their front lawn
I'll do it. I'll
and
do it in a
show
heartbeat.
lawn games to get people back into yard games again. So they're paying people $1,000 and setting up, I guess, a cornhole game on your front lawn if you will stand up front and play cornhole.
You like that segue Jamie just did? We went from pickles in the butt to cornhole, and that was smooth. Yeah, just change the subject from pickle butt right to cornhole, and it just slid right in.
We're gonna move that right into how about the half-eaten sausage?
Hey, let's do it.
Yeah, it's kind of pickle shaped. A half-eaten sausage solves 9-year-old Germany burglary. In Berlin, German police say they have solved a 9-year-old burglary after DNA found on a half-eaten piece of sausage matched that of a man detained in France over an unrelated crime. Police in the western town of Schweim said Thursday that the sausage belonged to the victim, and the suspect, a 30-year-old Albanian citizen, appeared to have helped himself to a bite during the March 2012 break-in. So I guess he was breaking in and decided to take a bite of the dude's hot dog. It wasn't clear what type of sausage, known in Germany as wurst, the burglar had nibbled, though police say it was a hard variety. Investigators were recently alerted that French police had taken a matching DNA sample from a man involved in a violent crime. But I'm already having questions. But Schwerin police said the suspect remains free, and in the worst case, don't spell it worst, he may escape punishment. The statute of limitations on the burglary is expired, meaning he will likely not be. He might escape punishment. Oh, he might not be extradited to Germany. Okay, so wait. If one guy was burglarized and he's like, yo, he took a bite of my hot dog, there was no crime, no murder. You're telling me Germany will actually take the DNA off of the hot dog? Like, we don't collect DNA for shit that you would think you would have got DNA from. But they actually took DNA from a bit off sausage and saved it?
I guess so.
I want to learn about this Germany forensics.
Yeah, they're on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
They're on top of that hot dog.
Of the hard variety.
Yeah. Yeah, Florida never disappoints. I don't know what it is here, man. People are crazy. So what do I have here? Yeah, nothing can really top the pickle butt.
I know.
I got a couple on Elon Musk.
Yeah, I want to hear those.
They'll probably.
Oh, I found 2 stories I didn't even send to you.
Uh-oh.
One was last paycheck from an ex-employer showed up as oil-covered pennies. I don't know what happened, but I guess like he had like his driveway was dumped with a bunch of oil-covered pennies.
Wow.
And then something about a dog driver blamed for crashing the owner's Jeep into a Wisconsin building.
Huh.
I'll save them for next week.
Well, this one, a couple of stories about Elon Musk. You know, I mean, there's part of Elon Musk that I think is like a genius, and there's part of him that scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, he's a brilliant, mad scientist. I have mad respect for him.
Yeah, he's like
I'm a little terrified.
Yeah, the brilliant billionaire mad scientist.
I'm in awe and in fear at the same time.
Yeah. Well, he dabbles in other things as well. And here's one that he threw out on his Twitter account, which I don't have Twitter anymore. But Elon Musk made a song about NFTs and he's selling it as an NFT. And I'm going to read the article here and I'm going to play. I've actually heard a little bit of music that I don't know if he's actually making it or just producing it. But let's see here. Where'd it go? It's there. That's it. And what it says about it. Elon Musk, techno king of Tesla, EDM music producer and lover of Dodge, fashionista, and a prankster, is making music again. On Monday, he posted a techno music track on Twitter, claiming that he's selling it as an NFT. NFTs, are non-fungible tokens, are a special type of cryptocurrency where every unit is unique. They're often used for artworks, and recently they've been extremely popular, with some selling for many millions of actual US dollars. NFT. For your vanity. Computers never sleep. And the song itself is unnamed, though it does come with a video containing the words NFT, vanity, trophy, and computers never sleep.
Whoa, yo, what if they got things programmed? You know how like there's sounds, frequencies, and things have subliminal messages and shit in it?
We've all just been subliminalized.
Yeah, what if he just did that and then they're like showing the logo and it's like, what are they actually saying in our heads?
Yeah. Since Musk didn't share any of the actual details about the price or the terms of the sale, knowing him, though, it'll probably happen. It's not the first music track that Musk has produced. In 2020, he released a track called Don't Doubt Your Vibe.
That's what I'm going to say. I thought I remembered.
Yep. Roughly in the same genre, EDM techno. And the new one, in 2019, he released a rap song called R.I.P. Hombre. I don't feel qualified to assess the quality of these tracks, but to my ear, the most recent one sounds the most professionally done. And it'd be
easy. Is that you saying that, or you're reading that?
I'm reading that. Yeah, that wasn't me. But yeah, I mean, it sounded professionally done to me. But nowadays, you can professionally done it on
GarageBand.
GarageBand, exactly. Took the words right out of my brain that I couldn't come up with. It's because half the time you think for me. See. It'd be easy to dismiss Musk's venture into NFT sales as silly, but the man had success in selling many silly ideas. For example, he launched a flamethrower, a hat, and shorts that bear the sign S3XY, or sexy. And he sold out all of them pretty fast. The millions he's made, well, technically his company's made, on these may be drops in the bucket compared to his total wealth, but you have to hand it to him. Man's a confident salesman.
Could you imagine though, if like you got to add resources and you got to like, when you're like, do you want to be cool to do this or make that? Like he can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's living his dreams.
Yep. Well, I might as well just go right into the other Tesla story. Let me make sure I get the right one up here. Yep, this is it. So, you know, as many of you may know, he was in California, and still Tesla is kind of based in California, but he got pissed off with all the rules and regulations in California in general, and he was like, you know what? Screw y'all. We're moving.
I'm going to Texas.
I'm going to take my ball and moving to Texas. Screw all y'all. So that's what he did. And now that he's in Texas, let me get the share screen up here. Share screen. He's back up. So now that he's in Texas, he wants to build a city in Texas called Starbase. And what it says about that, Elon Musk has made more plans for Texas. The Tesla CEO, 49-year-old, said on Twitter last week that he wants to create a new city around the small town of Boca Chica, Texas, where his SpaceX already has a private launch site and a rocket production facility. See, like that's the other thing. When he says he's going to do something, he like wastes
Does
no
it.
time. Yeah, it's like he's like, we're moving to Texas, and like 2 weeks later, he's got a place built.
Yeah, he's not a procrastinator. He is a completely opposite of me.
Yeah, me too. Creating the city of Starbase, Texas, he wrote, adding in his second tweet, from thence to Mars and hence the stars. Then on Monday, Musk shared a photo of himself and his wife, Grimes, and their 10-month-old son. Did you ever hear what he named his son?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's XAEAXII. He captured the family snap in Starbase, Texas. So he's calling it. According to Bloomberg, a Cameron County judge, Edie Trevino, said SpaceX representative made a casual inquiry about how to incorporate Boca Chica into a new town and rename it. Sending a tweet doesn't really make it happen, though. They have a lot of hoops and hurdles to go through before they can make it so, said Trevino. I think he might be getting a little ahead of himself. But then again, Musk moved to the Lone Star State last year after continuously sparring with local officials in California over the COVID-19 related lockdown orders. Both Tesla and SpaceX currently have operations in Texas. A new Tesla factory outside of Austin is scheduled to open this year, while SpaceX has a launch site in Cameron County. And he also has filed paperwork late October to move his personal foundation from California to Austin. Musk suppressed Bill Gates as the second richest person in the world on the Bloomberg's Billionaires Index in late November after adding $129 billion to his net worth over the last year. How much did you make last year? I made like 35,000. Oh, I made 129 billion. Well, damn. He's currently worth 157 billion, placing him behind only Jeff Bezos, who's worth 177 billion dollars. That's Mr. Amazon, who I no longer do business with.
Me neither. To Walmart and had to buy a damn wireless mouse.
But yeah, I mean, it's weird how, like, different people, like, there's different levels of rich and poor and this and that. Somebody that's like got $5,000 or $10,000 in the bank, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm rich, and $5,000 or $10,000 to somebody like this guy would be like, going to Walmart and buying one of those 2 for $1 bag chips at the checkout. Money. What would you do? Well, I guess you would do what this guy does. You would move your operation to a new place in Texas, and you'd want to rename the city if you had $130 billion or whatever it was.
Do whatever the hell you want.
Zach says, what is an NFT?
Oh, she answered him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Must be nice to have that kind of money. Man, I don't know.
Those are bigger problems. The more money you have, the bigger your problems are.
I was going to say, that's a lot of money, but that's a lot of problems. I mean, if you're worth that much, do you really feel safe, like, going to Walmart to buy that 50-cent bag of chips? Or is somebody going to, like, kidnap you, throw you
in for ransom?
Yeah. I mean, your normal life would cease to exist. Just
because your problems are bigger.
Yeah.
Just watching, like, my trashy TV housewives, and they're millionaires and stuff like that, but you get an inside look at how some people live, but some of them just aren't happy. They're still arguing. They're at these beautiful places and they're miserable with crying, and they still get foreclosed on. They still have they're just got bigger losses. Like
Yeah.
it just I'm happy with my smaller problems.
Yeah. I'm having technical issues.
Well, I have an article.
Cool.
And if I could, gosh, this picture though of the oily fingers just does not look right for the oil pennies. I'll send it to you in a minute. Okay, so you all might remember Marilyn Hartman. If her name doesn't ring a bell, the serial stowaway probably does. Well, she's at it again. Serial stowaway Marilyn Hartman arrested again at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. She was arrested on Tuesday after leaving the residential facility where she was being electronically monitored. The Cook County Sheriff's Office told CNN in a statement that it was notified that she had left the facility around noon Tuesday, and that electronic monitoring staff immediately began trying to find her location. She attempted to contact Hartman using the phone built into the device. Oh my God. But Hartman did not answer. I didn't know they had a phone in the device. Like for house arrest?
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, so they can like start yelling at you?
Yeah. You know, like when Sam was living here with me, she had an issue and had an ankle bracelet on, and then she got totally my bad. She got in the car with me one day, and she wasn't allowed within a certain range of this place of a psycho's residence, and she got railroaded on this whole thing. But anyways, I was driving. I was going to pick up one of my mixers was being repaired, and I was going to pick it up, and I missed the place, and I drove down a little too far, and I did a U-turn, and I came back. Well, a little too far for me was no big deal. For her, she was like, "Oh shit," because her ankle started vibrating. And when we got back to the place, you know, I was like, it'll be okay. And I went in and I took care of business, and I came out, and she's like, "Cops are on their way." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, they just called me. They're on their way." So these police officers showed up, and they're like, you know, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Hey," I said, she's riding with me. Totally my bad. I missed the turn. I just went down here, did a U-turn. Here's my receipt to prove, you know, what I'm doing here. And, you know, they were like, "Okay." And her freaking ankle thing started talking. She's like, she didn't even know it. And the police officers were like, "What the hell?" And so Sam's got her leg lifted up, and they're like all sitting around listening to her ankle talking. Yeah, I swear I'm not making it up.
I know you're not, but the cops had to know that it talks, right?
They were surprised.
What?
The one officer was like, "Wow, that's something new. I haven't
They're
heard
like holding
that
her leg
before."
up like a guitar, like
Yeah. We're just standing out in the parking lot. She's got her leg lifted up, and the people that I did business with are like at the window looking out, going, "What the?"
whoa. So does that mean they can listen too?
I'm assuming so, because you can talk through it.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I thought it was just,
my
you know,
goodness.
I thought it was just like a rumor, but no, man, they were talking back and forth through an ankle bracelet.
Wow.
Yeah, it happened.
Okay. Well.
Sorry to sidetrack you there.
No, that's fascinating. And another image I will not get out of my mind.
Yeah. So anybody that ever gets an ankle bracelet, remember, they can.
Yeah. So they tried to contact her using the phone built into the device, but Hartman didn't answer. The statement said electronic monitoring unit investigators found that her device indicated she was traveling in the direction of the O'Hare International Airport. This woman.
She's not going to give it up.
I don't know how I feel about I don't know how I feel about it. But it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
As investigators headed to the airport, the sheriff's office notified the Chicago Police Department that Hartman appeared to be headed to the airport. According to the statement, around 1:38 p.m., police were notified that Hartman was close to Terminal 1. An alarm was activated on her ankle monitoring device, and she was detained by Chicago police officers. Oh, damn. So all of a sudden it's probably like, whoop, whoop, whoop. The statement said Hartman did not enter any secure areas, the sheriff's office said. They could also do messed up stuff, like when you walk by someone, be all like,
yeah.
An alarm was activated on her ankle monitoring device. Okay, wait. Hartman, 69, will be returned to the Cook County Jail, and the sheriff's office said it's seeking approval to charge her with felony escape. What does she care at this point? Hartman is scheduled to appear in court Tuesday, according to booking information on the Cook County Jail website. She is currently being held without bond. The attorney representing Hartman said Wednesday that she continues to battle mental health issues and characterized her actions that led to Tuesday's arrest as a relapse. She continues to struggle as a homeless person, and that's what I was going to say. Like, what does she care? Like, she's in jail. It's a place for her to be, and then if she can get away and do it, she's going to do it, you know?
Yeah.
She continues to struggle as a homeless person within a system that is not designed to adequately address the mental health issues that she presents. Until this arrest, Ms. Hartman had been stable for the past year and a half, cooperative, and without incident. Unfortunately, relapse is part of what happens sometimes during treatment. She's a nonviolent person, show no risk to harming others. Authorities at a safe haven told them they had no comment Tuesday on how Hartman managed to leave the residence. Of course not. And so then they go on to talk about her trend of arrests, which I think everybody remembers. August 2014 was the LA one. And then let's see, August 14, Phoenix, Florida, 2015, another arrest in 2016, O'Hare again in 2018, in October 2019, she tried O'Hare again, and then 2020, the monitoring device was put on her. So yeah.
Yeah, I was going to do a story last week about the guy that lived in I think it was the Chicago airport for 3 months. He was living
I saw that. How someone lived for 3 months.
Yeah, with all COVID and everything else going on, the guy was just like, "Hey, I'm gonna live in the airport for 3 months." It's like, wow, so much for security, huh?
Well, that's what I mean, yeah, I think we're getting a little more lax.
Yeah. And I heard a story the other day of a guy, some, producer guy out in Hollywood, business, movie making and stuff is taking a big hit, and he's not making enough money to pay for his house. And he's way behind on it. And this guy built a 100,000 square foot house. It's like, who the hell needs a house that big? And it's, I don't know. They're making him sell it now because he's over $100 million behind in payments. Wow, I thought my house payment was a lot, but again, different levels of rich and poor there. But yeah, it's up for sale for 500 million. In case anybody in chat room wants to buy 100,000 square foot house, you can get one in California for $500 million, and it'll help this guy get out of debt. But yeah, that discussion led to another one, kind of like this, kind of like the guy in the airport, kind of like little Miss Stowaway here. I can't remember who it was. Was it Sandra Bullock or somebody had a big ass house, and they had like somebody was living in their house for like a month or two, and they didn't even know it because their house was so big. They were living like on the other side of the house, and they didn't even know it. And I started looking that up, and that's happened to a lot of people with these big ass houses. You know, they'll have
With
some
a lot of property, someone be out there camped out too, and they don't
Yeah.
even know it.
It's like you got somebody living in your house is too big when you got somebody living in it and you don't even know they're there.
And you keep being like, dude, what keeps happening in the orange juice? I swear every morning
Yeah.
the orange juice is lower.
Yeah. What's that? It must be the AC. I hear some rattling in the vents or something, you know. It's over there on the other end of the house, like on a drum set or something.
Yeah, it's just animals.
Yeah. Squirrels in the vents.
When I lived on those 350 acres, there were spots, you know, people would come up and try to stay, go run them off with the ATVs.
350
But there was
acres.
someone that was up there for a good 5-6 days in this one spot. I came across the little camp just when I was putting targets up on the ATV, which that guy's lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I used to live out on the river.
I'm like, you can't be here.
And when I used to live in a van down by the river. No, my old house was out on the St. Johns River, and you know, I had like 2 acres. And there was somebody living there that I didn't know. They weren't in the house, but I had this garage apartment, and there was like a shed, and in back of the shed was an old pickup truck. And I went out there one night for something. I don't know what it was. And I got this weird feeling, and I heard something. I'm like,
Ew,
"What the hell?"
creepy.
Yeah. So, you know, flashlight, I'm like turning it around, and I saw something moving in the pickup truck, and I'm like, what the hell? You know, I thought maybe, and it was freezing cold too, like middle of winter. So I went over there and like shined the light in the pickup truck, and there's this dude like in the pickup truck,
Oh God.
like laying on the seat, and I knew him.
Oh.
He was this strange person, man. The guy was cool, you know. He's a good guy, but he preferred to be homeless. Like he
Well,
just
a lot of people do.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, man, what his name was Billy. I'm like, dude, Billy, what are you doing, man? He's like, you know, I'm sorry, man. I just needed a place to sleep, you know, that wasn't out in the weather. And I was like, dude, man, come in the house, you know, just fucking knock on the door, man. You can come in and crash on the couch. Oh, no, man. I'm not gonna be a burden.
Aw.
I'm like, dude, it's like 28 degrees tonight, and you're sleeping in the cab of a truck, you know. He wouldn't come in.
To not be hassled.
Yeah, he wouldn't come in, and I'm like, well, dude, let me at least get you a blanket, man. Come on.
Oh, he didn't even have a blanket?
No, he didn't have nothing.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, he's like, nah, man, if it's cool with you, I'll just stay here. I'm perfectly fine, man.
Did he have substance problems or no?
Yeah, he drank beer, but I mean, he drank a lot of beer, but
because sometimes people that do have a little bit of substance don't want to go in those, you know, places too, because they have to,
yeah,
you have rules and be in at a certain time. And
yeah, he actually, like, I mean, he had a good job. He made good money. He made more money than I did by far. But he just, like, he would live under the bridge, like right down the road from my house. He'd hang out
while he was working.
Yeah. And, you know, all his friends and stuff, they got him this little apartment, got him set up with this I mean, I would have loved to live there. It was a little fish camp, and it was a little like cabin kind of right on the dock, right on the water. And it was like they were giving him like $300 a month. I mean, it would be like a little cool little dream location for me, you know. And he lived there for maybe a month, month and a half, and was like, man, living indoors is just not for me, brother. And then he just bailed. And it wasn't a money issue. I mean, he made, you know, he was making like $800 a week. Wasn't a money issue. It was just a roof issue. He just didn't want to live indoors.
Hey, my buddy lived along the riverbanks during the days and the treetops during the night and the riverbanks during the day or something like that. But I'm like, where have you been? Oh, I live amongst the trees.
Yes.
Like, all right. Hadn't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen this guy in a while. My brother picked him up one day. He saw him walking down the street, you know, by the bridge that he was living under. And he picked him up one day, and, you know, it was like middle of summer, and, yeah, man, Billy had a funk going on that my brother was like, holy shit, dude, I had to roll the windows down.
He had a what now?
He had kind of
funk.
Yeah.
I bet.
I think he was having some issues.
Yeah. Sure, probably a few.
Totally cool guy, though. I mean, really nice, really polite, you know. I mean, great guy. I'm not living indoors, man. It's just not for me. I'm gonna go stay under the bridge.
I kind of see more of a better disposition person living. I can't really see like an asshole wanting to live under a bridge because you know they bitch about. You got to kind of be a happy-go-lucky, vibe, chill, go with the flow type person to choose to live under a bridge.
Yeah.
Like I know some assholes, and I can't see them.
Yeah. To be complaining.
That.
Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, in a way, I got to give it to him because, you know, most people, you know, hell, myself included, I'm not like judging. You know, the power goes out, man, and you're like freaking out. You know, you got no AC, no lights. You know, what am I going to do? My refrigerator's not working.
God damn, people like them, DVR reset.
Yeah, my internet's not working. My phone's not working. And people like him, they're just like,
fuck it.
Yeah, so what? My shit never works every day. It's no big deal to me.
I'm out catching butterflies, except for Starlink now. You can get the internet in the forest.
Yeah, you know, I don't know about all that. I don't know if it's
considering we have so many and yet our service sucks. Like with all these satellites, shouldn't our service be like a little stronger?
Yeah. I got this brand new phone, high tech, and it's even on 5G now. And my phone service still sucks. They upgraded my internet here at my house. I'm supposed to have the fastest internet available.
Who do you use?
Xfinity. Well, I said the fastest that they offer.
For your phone?
For just my internet in the house.
Oh.
And my phone. Yeah, that's who my phone's through too. And but yeah, since they upgraded my internet, I've been having way more problems now. I don't know. Technology sometimes it's just a huge fail.
Sons of bitches.
Sons of bastages.
You sons of bitches. Okay. Can't think of a segue into that, but I'm trying to think. Let's go. We'll talk about the witches.
Witches.
So there's banished witches sing a song of their pain and their dreams. 3 of the women who sing about their flight and their hopes on the album I've Forgotten Now Who I Used to Be. Their names are withheld to protect their physical safety because they've been accused of witchcraft. So still to this day, people are being judged for things like that and living in fear. And this is the song he's playing in the back. On a brief track called I Stand Accused, a woman in a remote part of Ghana intones and repeats the title phrase with the intensity of a global town crier. She's accompanied only by the sound of pieces of firewood being struck together. But in her solitude, she's speaking for a community called Witch Camp that has recorded the new album, I've Forgotten Now Who I Used to Be. The singer is one of an estimated 1,000 women in northern Ghana who have fled their homes because of witchcraft accusations and the fear that they will be physically attacked as a result. Reasons vary for such allegations. Some charges arise so that land they owned could be stolen. Other times, women with mental or physical disabilities are condemned. Virulent sexism, ageism, or personal jealousies are usually part of these accusations. Their livelihood can include chopping firewood for local chefs and gathering discarded food for themselves. One track describes especially harsh means of survival: abandoned, forced into a life of prostitution. I Must Build a New Home is the song from the album that Rob was just playing. For Marlena, who produced the Witch Camp album with her husband, I Am Brian, their stories convey personal resonance. They had heard about the women while working on similar projects around the world. My mother is from Rwanda and she's disabled, widowed, 3-time genocide survivor. He says, I grew up poor in Italy in a conservative area, so it was impossible to look at these women's circumstances and not see my own mother. With Ian, as we have done in Tanzania with genocide survivors, our objective is to provide a platform for these women who are otherwise censored or unheard. My heart just started fluttering really weird. The two women have considerable experience in making such marginalized voices heard by encouraging them to turn their stories into songs. They produced the Zomba Prison Project album, which features voices from Malaween Maximum Security Prison. For Witch Camp, the two women traveled to 3 northern rural villages that house accused witches. They did not name the villages out of concern for everyone's safety. Working with and supported by translators who know the local language dialects, the producers spent 2 weeks recording in December. None of the women in Witch Camp have musical backgrounds. So then they talk about everything they do to record it. Some of the compositions become mantras. They say the phrases over and over. They were happy when they were singing. Within Ghana, belief in witches has permeated across social strata and appears as a plot point in television programs. But the media has also called for an end to perpetrating the false belief in witchcraft and advocated for re-entering these accused women into general society. Last summer, after 90-year-old Akuna was murdered following such an accusation, an editorial in the Times declared the lynching of her, though heartbreaking and condemnable, provides us a unique opportunity to take the bold decision to close down all such places, camps, liberate all the women who have been branded witches, and indeed say no more witch camps. So then they go on to talk about the witch camps and everything, and it's just really sad that this is still going on.
Yeah. I mean, you can think there's a few different ways to think about it, you know. Some people, you know, they hear the word witch and they're like, oh, it's evil, it's bad, you know. No, not really. Are there bad witches? Sure. You know, are there bad politicians? Sure. Are there bad bread makers? Sure. You know, but
Dog walkers.
yeah. But yeah, I think a lot of it is, you know, it's that goes back to that fear of the unknown. If people don't understand, they don't know about something, they're afraid of it, and they're like, oh, well, ban it, get rid of it, do it, whatever, you know. And it seems like the world is getting more and more that way. You think people would learn more
And
but
learn from each other and try to understand each other. We were doing it for a while.
yeah, for a while it was going good.
Yeah. Now it's back to the boxes.
Yeah, now yeah.
And I'm just so glad that, shoot, I hear these stories. I feel horrible for these women.
I mean, you know, we sit here and talk about ghosts and dragons and UFOs and fairies, and you know, 100 years ago, all of our asses would be like in a mental institution or being burned at the stake or something. You know,
Yeah.
we would all be crazy.
Definitely,
you know?
5150 and tied at the stake.
Yeah. So I guess there has been some level of, you know, open-mindedness. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I saw that Briar had posted about a giant dragonfly that had landed, and some people are talking about, you know, different things that dragonflies can mean. And like Debbie had posted, I was getting ready to say something about it, but yes, a dragonfly represents a symbol of change, transformation, self-realization, and teaches us to love life, rejoice, and have faith even amidst difficulties. So dragonfly's meanings is no doubt significant. And we had a guest like a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember. I think it was Rob Gutra, maybe.
Yeah, dragonflies have definite meaning. Yeah, he did mention them.
But he was saying, you know, yeah, a lot of times some people see dragonflies or birds or whatever, and they don't really have a meaning other than basically I think he was just saying like in their head it means something. But I kind of disagreed with that.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, because, you know,
We've had experiences where we just know.
Yeah, I know you've had them, you know. I know I've had them, you know, and other people have them as well. And part of it may be something in your own head that triggers something that reminds you of somebody or whatever. But
how that all comes about.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I was out doing a ghost box session at a park down there, kind of near where Debbie lives, almost halfway in between. Anyways, I was talking about, you know, some Native Americans and this and that. And all of a sudden, you know, I say something in the ghost box, like I was asking something about a hawk or something. And right then a hawk flew over my head. And then I was asking something about, you know, does meanings, you know, do these birds have meanings in Native American cultures and stuff like that? You know, what other birds have meanings? And all of a sudden, here's a red cardinal sitting there, you know, just like watching me. And I had experience I've mentioned before about hawks. There's a hawk here that, like, anytime something weird happens, this freaking hawk is here. Like, it's here. And it, like, I mean, Sam and me were sitting on the front porch one day, and the hawk was out, like, sitting on the wire out in front of the house, you know, and we're talking, and I'm like, look. And she, like, looks over. The hawk was getting closer and closer to us. you know, and he was like within 20 feet or so. I was just sitting there looking at us. And then I'm like a couple days later, I was on the back porch and I was sitting in a rocking chair, kind of nodding off. And I woke up and this friggin' hawk is in my backyard, like 5 feet in front of me, just sitting in the yard looking at me. And like I say, certain things have happened. And this hawk appears here the day my mom died, or not the day she died, the day of her funeral. I come home. Guess who's sitting at my house? The freaking hawk.
Where was it?
It was sitting right out in front of my house. There's a little tree out there and a telephone line, or not a telephone line, but a cable line that comes from my house to out to the pole. And he was sitting right there, like right above my front yard, just hanging
Wow.
out. I'm like, I don't know the total meaning, understanding of this, but
It means something.
every time something weird happens, this freaking hawk is here. Strange. So yeah, dragonflies, do they have a meaning? I think so.
I think so.
I think it's more than just something in your head that triggers something. I don't know.
I have this hella cute dragonfly pin. It looks so real, and it's got this little segmented
Ah, yeah.
body to it. I keep it up on my jewelry box.
I will say, you know, dragonflies. Everybody loves dragonflies. They're cool. You know, they're cool looking. They're cute. You know, and
They're fun.
They're fun. But man, they are like savage when it comes to eating.
Oh yeah, they are.
They will mow through some other bugs and mosquitoes. Man, I love them when they're around because they eat all the mosquitoes. And when it's mosquito season here, there's usually like 100 dragonflies out in my yard. I'm like, yeah, y'all can hang out as much as you want. Eat every damn mosquito you can. I'm good with that.
Exactly.
Yeah, owls. That's another one.
Love owls.
I think they've got, you know, there's all kind of things about owls.
Yep. I showed you my new little, well, it's not new anymore, but my owl. But then it started creeping me out because the eyes. Like I started feeling like there might be cameras in the eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's so cute.
Yeah, speaking of cameras, I just got this little TV that I put in my room the other night, and I'm like setting it up, and it's asking me for all this information. You know, what room is the TV going in? And I'm like, none of your business, you know? And it's like,
Why does it matter? Why does it care?
and it's like, yeah, we collect information and blah, 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 you know? And I'm like going through this whole setup thinking, your ass going to be spying on me is what you're doing. And you want me to agree with it. And I'm looking at the TV going, where's the camera at? You know, conspiracy theorist brain starts kicking in. Where's the
TikTok
camera?
popped up the other day. They're like, would you like us to connect to all your devices? And I'm thinking, wait, why do you need to connect all my devices, like in the house, like on the network?
Yeah.
On the network. I'm like, no.
Yeah. My Alexa, which I haven't really been using, she's disconnected right now. But we'll just be sitting here talking, just having a conversation, and all of a sudden Alexa's like, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Like, bitch, who even told you to be sitting here listening?
Yeah, who asked?
Even though she's disconnected, she's still trying to like get in on the conversation.
You're hustling.
And yet, Debbie, that's exactly where I was at. Sugar Mill Plantation.
About the owls, I did a video on Instagram TV the other night where I went on a night walk, and you can hear just a ton, like 6 or 7 owls all around me. I just posted that a few nights ago, but it was kind of cute. Are you up?
Yeah, I got one more here. I'm having issues. Speaking of apps and crap, this one keeps trying to take over my page. I just had to banish it. Okay, got my page back. So this says aliens are hiding among us until humans can deal with it, basically, claims an ex-Israeli space boss.
Told you I'm an alien.
Aliens are hiding among us after striking a deal with the U.S. government. A former Israeli space boss has bizarrely claimed. Professor Haim Eshid, 87, says extraterrestrials have struck a deal with the U.S. and this gets better. Struck a deal with the U.S. to stay silent while they conduct experiments on Earth and will only reveal themselves when mankind is ready. Weren't we just talking about this on Paranormal Soup the other day? Like, aren't we ready now? Come on. I mean, after all the other bullshit we've all been through over the last year, if they said, hey, aliens exist, everybody'd be like, yeah, told you so.
Bring it. Bring it.
Yeah, big deal. Next, what's new? You know, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
No.
And the retired general who headed Israeli space programs for almost 30 years claims that aliens have a secret base on Mars and reports, but according to the professor, the alien race had to intervene. Here's where it gets interesting. They had to intervene to stop Donald Trump from blowing their cover and revealing their secrets. Because remember,
Who
he was
wrote
talking
this?
about, huh?
Where's this article from?
I can't even remember. Who is it? Does it say on there? I want to say it was from Mira UK, but I'm not sure.
That's funny.
Oh, wrong page. Now I got lost. Damn it. Here we go. But yeah, remember Trump was talking about aliens and stuff for a while, and then all of a sudden he just like shut it down. So maybe they came to him and they were like, "Hey, Orange Man."
Yeah, like when he was in his bed, they showed up and they're like,
"Yeah, we got a pickle for you."
or they're like,
Speaking to the Israeli newspaper, Yedef Arabathnath, Professor Ashid said that aliens have asked not to be announced that they are here. Humanity is not ready yet. The UFOs have asked not to publish that they are here. According to Professor Rashid, Mr. Trump, alongside with senior something extraterrestrials, via called the world's leaders, including Kim Jong-un. He added Trump was at the verge of revealing about the aliens, but the Galactic Federation are saying, wait, let people calm down first. He told the Israeli newspaper. We don't want to start a mass hysteria. They want to first make us sane and understand them. The term Galactic Federation has been used in works of science fiction, including the TV phenomenon show Doctor Who. Professor Ashid, I'm probably saying his name completely wrong, did not say how long the aliens have been hiding in the shadows, but claims that they have signed a contract with the U.S. to do experiments here. He said the extraterrestrials will not reveal themselves until mankind has evolved and reached the stage where we will generally understand what space and spaceships are all about. So I don't know. Yeah, that last little part of that right there where they said they're waiting for mankind to evolve, we might be waiting a long ass time because I think we're de-evolving.
that's probably why they're keeping so much looking at us. I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure I'm an alien. But wouldn't we all be? Because if there is, which I believe, life on other planets, we call them aliens. Aren't we aliens to them?
We would be.
So I would say, yeah, we have aliens here.
I mean, like I've said before, when people say Earth has the only intelligent life universe, I'm just like, yeah, right.
We are the bargain game.
Yeah, we're like the
show
bottom. We're like the bottom
experiment.
feeders compared to what's out. If they can come here and like remain undetected, just the fact that they can get here.
We're like the bugs in the jar experiments.
Yeah.
Like to them.
They're probably like, no, we can't reveal ourselves to them because them people are so
Like how they've
stupid.
screwed everything up that
Yeah.
was put there for them.
Exactly. They're fighting amongst themselves. Look at them. It's a shit show down there. We're not going to tell them who we are.
Marching around with organs on their heads and fighting about
We're like the friggin'
stuff
Jerry
and
Springer
sucking
show,
the
you know?
resources out of the earth.
Yeah. We're like the Jerry Springer show to the galactic, international, whatever you want to call them.
Oh
They're
yeah.
probably just like watching us on Earth going, hey, let's see what's on the shit show today. Look at this. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of smart people here, but
A lot of not so smart ones too.
yeah, a lot of, overall, we're at the bottom of the chain.
So, some ghost hunters found a human skull on site of a haunted hotel. And my mom found this article she sent me. A spooky reality show recently got a little creepier when the featured ghost hunters discovered an actual human skull on the site of an abandoned hotel they were investigating for paranormal activity. Paranormal researchers Danny and Felicity Duffy reportedly stumbled upon the remains early while exploring the grounds of an abandoned hotel in the town of Bolton, UK, for their YouTube channel, Exploring with Danny. An initial account of the incident indicated that the couple was aghast by what they had found and quickly phoned the police to inform them of the discovery, but the video they actually uploaded of the incident tells a somewhat different story. The pair uploaded a video to their site showing the unsettling experience from their perspective. After reflecting on being at the center of such a strange event, they cut to footage from the investigation, which accumulates with the pair spotting a camouflage jacket on the ground and then noticing a skull nearby. Danny is at first shocked by the discovery and seems about to lose it. We know how that goes. But he then regains his composure and makes what was probably an unwise decision. After donning a pair of gloves, he actually picks up the skull, examines it, and then displays it for the camera. As you continue to watch the video, and I didn't give you the video, I didn't watch it. You can see that once they realize the impact of what they have found, it dawns on Danny's partner that as an investigator, he should have known better and had not disturbed the macabre discovery, which could very likely be a crime scene. You can hear her declare, "You shouldn't have moved it. Put it back, put it back, put it back. We had to ring the police. This is foul." Then you see the embarrassment and the moment it washes over Danny how stupid a move picking up remains was. And he carefully puts the skull back in the spot they found it. Kind of like the way your kid will carefully put a broken lamp back upright in the living room, hoping you didn't notice. Eventually, you could see the pair call the police, who arrive on the scene and take charge of the situation. At this point, authorities have confirmed that remains are that of a human, though no more details have yet been released. Ghostbusters trolled for their foolishness. Okay, so trolls, they got hit by trolls. The duo has received quite a bit of online backlash for both posting the video, and in the paranormal field, we know about this backlash and we know about the hate.
Oh, yeah.
Which some have seen as exploitative and their spur of the moment showcasing of the skull before calling the police, which is presumably the act of disturbing a crime scene. Speaking to the London newspaper, the Daily Mail, a former police officer turned private detective said officers would not have wanted the pair to touch the remains before their arrival. While viewers expressed sympathy for the pair, others were shocked that they decided to pick it up. All right, and then one viewer said, "Danny, put it down. Call the cops, bro. Why would you pick it up?" So they're talking about how they're being criticized, this and that. And in their defense, come on, you're doing something. Sometimes you're shocked if you're not of a certain nature and you're not like us that are pretty educated when it comes, to that type of a thing. So, I could see someone picking it up, like, well, what is that? Showing the camera because and then realizing, like, gosh,
Yeah.
And unless you're in that situation, it is so easy after the fact to say, what in hindsight, what you should have, could have, would have, whatever. They realized their mistake. They put it back and they posted it. Posting it isn't going to change the fact that it was moved, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's remains. They didn't walk in on a butchered person on the floor. It's like, just be kind to people, be mindful. Don't just jump on people and hate.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that, it's any one of us could go on an investigation and find a dead body, whether it's 100 years old or 2 hours old. You're poking around an abandoned house or whatever, who
Be a
knows what you're going
homeless
to find.
person.
Yeah. But, don't know that I would pick it up. I would probably be like, it would be a oh shit moment, and you would probably have a little bit of shock, and a little bit of what do we do, and then you would probably call the police.
Yeah, like if it was in the ground and you saw the back and didn't know what it was, and you kind of went over and then picked it up, it's like, oh shit, you pick it up and realize, oh shit, that's a skull, and you show, and then you put it back. It's like they didn't go in there to do malicious
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. I mean, I'm somewhat guilty of that because there's a cemetery down the road that I always go to. And remember, it's the cemetery that I said I picked something up at Economy for a while. Yeah, there's a grave down there, and it was open, like, it was old, and it was red bricks and all, and I don't know whether vandals or whatever. Anyways, the thing was broken open, and I have pictures. I stuck my camera inside it and took pictures, and there you see bones in there. I didn't pick them up or anything. I just took pictures of them. But when I was doing it, I was like, wow, this is pretty trippy. But then after I did it, I was like, oh shit, I got a bad funk on me now. So yeah, I mean, I could see, like I say, I didn't reach in there and grab anything, or I just took a couple of pictures. But even doing that, I felt bad because I was disturbing remains that have been there for 100 years or more,
Yeah.
And even like, my mom passed away a few weeks back, funeral, went to the cemetery, they buried her, and I was just sitting there. There's that weird part of my brain that's like thinking, burial. It's so weird, I mean, it's like this nice cemetery that's well taken care of, but that part of my brain is like, 100, 200 years from now, is this place still going to be taken care of, or is it just going to be an old abandoned cemetery?
And that's exactly like what like we were talking. Yeah, I was talking about that with my mom the other day. Like, that's a scary thing, is not knowing if things are going to be moved or flooded out. Like,
yeah, Me and my brother and me had this discussion. My mom had jewelry, not like super nice jewelry, but wedding rings and gold rings and stuff, and had a little diamond ring. And like she always wore them. We had this weird discussion of like, should we leave them on her?
Yeah.
Really? And I was like, I don't think so. I mean, if you believe in traditional whatever, when somebody dies and they're
That they
buried,
take it with them, and
yeah, I mean, it's their body, their soul is moved on. So it's just a bag of bones and skin.
I wouldn't have left it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's up here. And I told my brother, I was like, I don't know, the weird brain in me thinks, someday somebody's going to be, poking around this old land that, hey, I heard this used to be a cemetery, and, they're going to find a dead person. They're going to look at them and go, oh, wow, there's gold. Now gold's worth $1 million a gram. Who knows,
Yeah.
Weird brain of me is like, I would rather just keep that jewelry as, memento, memory, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Unless it's your religion and you believe you're bringing it to your next life or whatever.
Yeah.
It's her bones. It's not her. It's her shell. It's like the tarantula shedding its skin. It's like a snake shedding its skin. It's you've left your shell behind.
Yeah.
Your soul is gone. So that's not with her anyways.
Yeah.
It's just on her, I see it as like shedding
Yeah. Yeah.
your body.
Pretty much, same kind of thing. Yeah. I mean, that was another thing that, like, I've had a lot of friends and a lot of family that's passed away, and I've, taken part in like going to the funeral home and, picking out a casket or whatever, all the whole deal of it. But, my mom was like, bam, personal. I'm like, right. I'm the one, me and my brother are there making all the decisions. So it's like front row. And, when I was talking to the lady at the cemetery, there's a lot of questions that were like unanswered. Like my brother said, my mom mentioned something about, having a plot at the cemetery for me and my brother. I didn't know. So I asked the lady at the cemetery, I'm like, hey, is there any other plots in our family, plot at the cemetery? And she looked it up and she's like, well, no, not under the Autry name. She's like, there's some people right next to it, the last name of Wolf. I was like, that's my grandparents. And she's like, yeah, there's 2 empty plots there. So you could do whatever with those. And I figured, well, I still have an aunt and an uncle, my grandparents, other daughter and son that are still alive. So now, when they bought all the plots, there was 4 of them. And I figured, well, they bought them for those 2 and then for their 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of like, in a way, I was kind of like, well, cool. I don't have a plot there. So that means I don't necessarily have to be buried. Maybe they can just burn me up and throw me in the ocean.
Yeah.
I'll be good with that. And it's a hell of a lot cheaper than an actual burial. I know that for a fact. But yeah, I think I may do the whole cremation thing. And I know
you returned as you start. We were from dust and stardust and all that, gases and everything. You're just being returned back.
Yeah. And you don't have somebody finding your freaking skull 100 years later.
Yeah, and doing weird stuff to it.
Taking pictures of it, putting it on Facebook. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like I sometimes I see, oh, we found this ancient tomb in this pyramid, and look what's in it. This, king or whatever. And I'm like, granted, it is history, it is interesting, but on the other side of it, I think you're just a modern day grave robber, putting this stuff on display. Can you learn from it? Yes, absolutely. We could learn from it. But at the same time, it's just weird to me.
Yeah, it's not cool. That's and they in the talking about like the beliefs behind all that is so much stronger. I mean, that's where you get cursed and stuff. You just
Yeah.
don't go messing with stuff like that.
I've seen Indiana Jones. I know what happened.
Yeah, I've seen Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Well, I got one more. And speaking of, so the Dyson sphere may be the key to human immorality. Russian life extensionist experienced the loss of a classmate firsthand when he was young. Ever since, he's been on a mission to figure out how to make humans, like Greek gods, immortal. And the latest iteration of the transhumanists' roadmap to immortality involves, of course, a veritable sci-fi blend of super intelligent AI, universe simulations, and Dyson spheres, the hypothetical megastructures that completely encompass stars. Turchin and fellow transhumanist Maxim outline several future paths toward immortality in a paper they recently self-published. The paper, which comes via Popular Mechanics, and it was hard for me to get this article because Popular Mechanics, well, I had to sign up, and then every other article kept taking back to the Popular Mechanics.
Yeah.
Is titled Classification of Approaches to Technological Resurrection. And offers several ways people could theoretically not only defy death, but more fantastically come back from the dead. And then there's like a flow chart or something there that y'all won't be able to see, but it's an immortality roadmap. And it's like their little plan there. Death seems to be a permanent event, but there is no actual proof of its irreversibility, the authors write. And while no method is currently possible, many may become feasible with future technological developments. The authors explore both conventional and speculative ways of making humanity immortal. From cryogenics, shout out to Futurama, and all the times it made our brains freeze, to uploading our brains into the cloud and then ultimately back into clone bodies. Aside from the cryogenics approach, Turchin and the other guy say strong AI will be essential for life after death. That is, being alive back in this life after death, whatever this life is. The super intelligent form of AI, which could very well arise in our lifetime, would be instrumental in, say, uploading people's consciousnesses to the cloud and then running them in simulated universes, a la Black Mirror's San Junipero episode. But the power demands required for that kind of AI, the authors say, would be gargantuan. And while Tesla batteries are popping off production lines at quite a clip, they just wouldn't cut it. That's where the Dyson spheres, shell-shaped solar panels encompassing stars absorbing their energy, would come in. Damn. The spheres theorized by theoretical physicist Freeman Dyson could come in multiple flavors, two of which are above. The one immediately above shows a swarm of solar panels around a star. And yeah. And while humanity is likely to build neither in our lifetimes, if super intelligent AI does come online anyway, could probably handle the task no problem. Ooh, that is scary. Now we're talking about people freezing their bodies and pets and stuff in Arizona for like 2,500 a pet. Liquid nitrogen, you can be frozen. So in the future, if they have ways of doing things like this, you can have your body have stuff done to it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely would not pay to have my body frozen.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a whole nother, speaking of the graveyard and this and that, it's like, yeah, back in 2020, I had my, body frozen, cryogenics, whatever, and it's like 100 years later, and you're still like in this canister. It just makes my brain go right to that movie, Return of the Living Dead, where what's in the basement? What's in these cans? They pop at the lid, and the gas comes out, and there you go. I've seen how that movie ends too.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Tar Man's coming at you. Brains. I don't know. Weirdness. I'm old school, I get it where, AI, obviously it's the way of the future, computers and the cloud and uploading and this and that, but I just prefer a photo album.
Yeah.
I got all these pictures, that I've yet to go through of my mom's, but I know she was putting these, family picture albums together for me and my brother, and I haven't had the the gumption to like go through her stuff yet. It's gonna take a little while, but
Was she like putting pictures aside? Like my mom made, when I graduated, a scrapbook for me of like all these has all my school like the class pictures and like letters of Santa. She made like this whole cool scrapbook for me, and then put like certain family pictures in it for me.
yeah.
And then did the same for my sister. And she's got boxes and boxes pictures, but I love my family album.
Yeah.
That's going to be a day that you guys are going to have to take together just to go through pictures like that.
Yeah. She doesn't have a lot of stuff, it's basically confined to a closet, and I do have a storage unit that has just some furniture and some other shit in it, but yeah, I'm just not ready to go through that closet.
And you just save it for when you are ready.
Yeah. I just laid laminate in the room that she was in. I took the carpet out and did that bedroom, and my bedroom. Don't have any carpet in my house left at all anymore, except for that one little strip in that closet.
I said your floor is a landing strip.
Yeah. And yeah, I moved the chest of drawers out of her room, and I put it in my bedroom in the closet and put a bunch of my clothes and stuff in it. But yeah, when I went in there, I thought I was okay. And I went in there and pulled one of those drawers out, and I was just like, nope, can't do this right now. Had to have Darcy do it. I'm like, nope. I just had to turn around and walk out of the room.
My mom still 8-9 years later has trouble going through certain things. And like her hope chest where his ashes are, she has like her stuff in it from growing up. There's some stuff in there she wants. She can't get the nerve to even open the box because I told her, I would do that for her. She needed it.
Yeah, my aunt's gonna come over. There's some stuff that she wants, and she's like, don't worry, just let me know when you're ready. Come over, we'll do it. I'm like, okay, it probably won't be this week, so Hold your
Exactly.
breath.
All that stuff is just when you feel like it, and it's a personal time.
Yeah, definitely. So we got a few minutes left. What are we going to do? Some cards, or what are we doing? A bunch of people are talking about cards.
Were they? Well, we can do some cards. If anybody would like to have a card read, put a thumbs up in chat and I will write it down. Because that seemed to work better last time than. We got Debbie. And D as Brianna. I don't see anybody on YouTube that wants a card or on Twitch. I don't know why I wrote that on there. Okay. Oh, and Lori and Mary Ann. So Mary Ann. That first one you're doing is for Miss Debbie.
All right.
Dawn.
I'm going to use
Angela.
this new deck. I think this is the most recent deck that I got from my lovely co-host Jamie here. And it's another Debbie Anderson deck, the I Am Sacred deck. So let's see what the cards and Debbie Anderson has to say. Yeah, I really like those Colette Baron Reed decks. I've got many of
Oh,
her.
you're okay, D. I got you.
Yeah, that Shaman Oracle deck is one of my favorites by far. And it was weird because like y'all have heard me talk about the guitar that I had built from my buddy out in Texas, Birdsong Guitars. I finally got it. And you know, he's Scott is a very philosophical guy, man. He's like, he always like knows what to say and like when to say it, and his words have a lot of meanings, and I look up to him for that kind of stuff. And we're putting this guitar order together, you know, last July 4th at midnight, which was a full moon. And he's like, I want to build a guitar for you, and I want it to be like your model, you know, it's from the ground up, it's going to be yours. And he named it the Shaman.
That is so awesome.
I didn't give him any input on that. He's like, what do you think about calling it the Shaman?
You're like, I love it. It's perfect.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you always like You know me.
That is such a beautiful instrument too.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I have something to go with it. I just haven't got it yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. It's like the first like really high end instrument I've ever had. Now when I go in there and pick it up, I'm like being all careful and like,
It's awesome. It's so special and beautiful. You deserve that bass.
yeah. You know, when I ordered it, I was playing gigs every weekend, like all over the place. 4 different bands. I was like busy, busy, busy. And now I've got this, you know, very expensive custom made guitar, and I've got like 1 gig a month or one every other month. It's like, well, I'm not making any money playing music right now.
Oh, it'll happen.
Yeah, it will. Sooner or later.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so wait, are you doing Debbie?
Yep.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people.
It is the number 1 card. Debbie got the I Am Sacred card. Transforming my vibration daily. These are real short meanings to these cards. It says, I am sacred, transforming my vibration daily. Being vibrationally different is an honor, so embrace the blessing.
Since they're short cards and we're on the last 10, you want to do the readings?
Sure, if you want me to.
We've got D next.
Boom, we got one that popped out. There's the artwork on it. And it says, I am sacred and grateful to the universe, vibrations for giving me opportunities. I'm sacred and grateful to the universe, to the universal vibrations for giving me opportunities. My mind, body, and spirit are perceptive to the vibrational insights I am given.
And then we've got Azariana. She'd like it to pop up. If it'll pop up.
Oh, one just popped out as
Oh,
you
there
said
we
that.
go.
The artwork on that one. Let me get rid of this share screen here. There we go. No, now I'm blurry. Okay. I don't know what's up with the blurry camera going on here. That's why I got this nice new expensive camera a while back. So the damn thing could be blurry. Right?
Right.
This one says, I am sacred and happy to fly solo, knowing my vibration is not alone.
I like that.
I'm sacred and happy to fly solo, knowing my vibration is not alone. Being on my own isn't being lonely. I love being in the vibrational of me. In the vibration of me.
I would have liked that card for myself.
Yeah.
And then we've got Mary Ann.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of different decks of cards as well. I probably have, geez, I don't even know how many I have now, 30 or so. But there's some that I've never used in the show. There's quite a few that I've never used. There's some that just always, just by some weird gravitational thing, you just go to them.
Mm-hmm. They talk. They speak to us.
Oh, another flying out card. We'll go with it. It's upside down. Siam Sacred, spiritually and vibrationally illuminated. I'm sacred, spiritually and vibrationally illuminated. Let your spiritual soul be the vibrational reflection the world sees. Kind of goes along with, the do unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
And then we've
Pay it forward.
definitely. Then we've got Miss Lori.
I've caught myself like several times recently, like before I've, been in the parking lot and, something happens and I just like have a freak out. And I'll admit, sometimes it still happens, but I found myself more lately just like telling myself, dude, just let it go. Just let it go. I went in the DMV the other day, had to get tags renewed, and dude, I got the crabbiest ass lady I've ever dealt with there. She was just in a
At the
shit mood.
DMV, not
She was just in a terrible mood and was like, I said, oh, I got to get some tags renewed. And she was just like, I'm like, thinking in my head, I'm like, this is your job. Sorry you got to work, but
yeah, I'm sorry you hate your job, but
yeah,
I got something I need to get taken
I
care
had some
of.
questions, and oh man, when I asked those questions, she was like, well, do you have the tag numbers for all these? And I was like, no, but she's like, well, I suppose you should give me your driver's license so I could look them up for you. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Gave her my driver's license, which I was pulling out at the time.
Ooh.
And yeah, man, she was just like in a rotten mood. And I was just like, whatever. And she was like, that's $122 and some change. And I'm like, all right, gave her my card. And she like just took my papers, registration and stuff, and just like threw them up on the counter at me. And I just was like, I just wanted to like rip her a new ass, but I was like, no.
That's when you gotta shake, shake, shake.
Yep. I was like, let it go.
Shake,
Gathered my
shake,
papers
shake.
up and I was like, you have a great day. Thank you. And I left. I was like, man, who's shitting her cereal bowl this morning? Good
Yeah.
God. Okay. Who was this one for? This is Lori, right?
Yeah. You're
Is.
next on. You're next on. We didn't miss you yet. Sorry.
The I Am Sacred. Here's the artwork on it. And it says, yep, I've been trying to just let it go. Like, my blood pressure's high enough. I don't need somebody on the outside, like,
and because she's miserable, don't give her that power to like interfere with your mojo and your vibe and just like deflect. Yep. Keep your negativity to yourself.
Yep. I'm like, I was just thinking, yeah, we all have shitty days. obviously she's having one, so I'm not gonna like
Some
poke the
shit.
bear with a stick.
Yeah, especially because they have the control to throw you into another line or make you come back.
Yeah. All right, Lori. It says, I am sacred, manifesting new and exciting opportunities. My conscious and subconscious are vibrationally connected, so I am receptive. So, yeah, if you have some new and exciting opportunities showing up, you heard it here first from the I Am Sacred deck. I'm hoping I have some new opportunities and stuff working out for me. Going to get a business license. Got to go back and see the lady at the courthouse. Hopefully, I won't get the same one.
You've got Dawn next. Yeah, hopefully you get somebody who's happy to have a job.
Last time I went in there, I got this young girl that was like, she's like, I'm sorry, today's my first day.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh, cool. Do I have the throw you under the bus questions today? Because I had like all kinds of stuff. And she was super cool, though. She was kept apologizing. I'm like, hey, it's cool. I'm in no hurry. So I'm just trying to get legal. I'd rather hang out with you pretty girls than be hanging out on the side of the road with an officer that's all pissed off at me.
right?
All right. This card is really cool. It is. Let's see what it says. I am sacred, my vibration, shimmering peace and tranquility around me. When I am at peace with my vibration, I radiate a world that is in balance with the universe. So there again, that tells me like some self-reflection, some meditation, some being in a quiet place, being in the ocean, being in the woods, wherever you feel grounded at.
Yeah.
A good place to be, and appreciate what's around you, under you, over you, on you. Whoa, another pop out. Who's getting that one?
That's for Angela. And then we have one more. We have William after. Best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else.
All right, Angela. The I am sacred card says, I am sacred and the vibration that soaks up laughter and happiness. When I vibrationally create laughter around me, I can conquer anything. I'm sorry, I just read the wrong card. I obviously need my glasses. Let's get the right card meaning here. I'm looking at that going, that doesn't seem to line up. That doesn't feel right.
Yeah, but I like that
I like
right there because
I like that card, so maybe you're getting a double meaning out of it.
yeah.
Okay, here's the card that I actually drew. Apologize for that, but hey, maybe that first meaning meant something to you too. You got the double pull. All right, this is the one that I showed you. I am sacred, igniting vibrational melody within my soul. My higher self is vibrationally in tune with the world around me. And again, there was the artwork on that one.
And then William.
I like this one already. This one says, I am sacred in rhythm with Mother Nature's vibration. Our earth intuitively knows her vibration and equalizes when necessary. So there again, that to me is like sort of a wherever you live, whatever you have, wherever you can feel grounded at, that would be a good place to go to and just take it in.
Definitely.
It could be the beach, it could be the forest, it could be your backyard.
Just a quiet little corner somewhere in your
Yep.
side yard where you just have some peace.
Yeah, that's a lot of times when I go out, you know. I mean, life's everybody, you know, life's busy, you know, people, business, work, travel, whatever, you know, life in general is busy. But when you can take just a few minutes, even if it's like 10 minutes, you know, and like I say, it can be in your yard, it can be in your basement, it can be wherever.
Or when you're taking a shower. Shower
Yeah.
time is a great time to clear your head at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah, sometimes I'll just go out, you know, I'll take the dogs out and I'll sit on my back porch in a rocking chair and just, you know, keeping an eye on my dogs, because God knows if I turn my head on them, next thing I know, they're digging the neighbor's yard up or something, you know, little hoodlums. But
Just
I
take
also,
that time to breathe and feel the wind on your skin,
yeah,
the air on your skin, and
I'll just sit there and take
the
notice of what's
sounds.
around me, you know.
Yeah.
There's houses on either side of me, but I got woods in back of me, and I'm like, oh, check that out. You know, I didn't notice that huge ass woodpecker that's sitting there staring at me, or, you know.
That's good.
Yeah.
Put the
Always.
phone down and just look around.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, sometimes, you know, sometimes I go out there, I take my phone out there and I'm looking through and checking messages and doing this and that. You know, I'm disconnected from everything around me. But most times I just leave my phone in the house and I go out there and just zen out.
I
And
always
then
have it in my
enjoy
pocket in case I see like a cloud or something like that. Take a picture of.
Yeah. Hell, when I went to I had to go meet my brother yesterday. Had to go to the bank and do some other stuff, and I pulled up there, and he's like, "You didn't get my message, did you?" And I'm like, "Nope, didn't bring my phone. I just left it at home. It was an accident, but." As I was driving down the road, I'm like talking to I push a button, you know, and I'm trying to bring up some music, and I'm like, "God damn, didn't bother me." I've gotten used to trying to get more used to not being connected to something 24/7.
Yeah, like I over the past 2 years, I've done, like people are used to me before, like all the groups, always answering, always there, always there. And that's something Jeff, didn't like. And he's like, yeah, but there's different time zones. You're up for Taiwan, you're up for this, you're doing that. He's, come in and I'm like, hold on, let me finish this real fast. Hold on, I gotta finish this. Well, I now put the phones down when I'm around people, doing stuff around people. I've juggled the way I handle my stuff.
Yeah.
That's why you guys, I'm not so active in my group. I am still here. I just am not online as much as I used to be, and I'm not as active in the groups as I used to be. I still do check it out, but
Yeah.
I can't scroll and answer things. And like when I'm out back with my cats, walking them, the cat, and he would jump the fence because, he'd see me on the phone. So he's like, screw you. But I put the phone down and I just spend that time with them and play with the cat, and figure, okay, I'll just go through, do what I gotta do when I get in the house.
Yep. I pulled one more card. Mist Briar. There is the card.
Oh, I missed her.
So did I.
Oh, I didn't even see her ever ask.
Well, we're not forgetting you.
No way, Jose.
This card says, I am sacred and full of vibrational serenity and peace. I am alive because my life radiates in vibrational joy and completeness. So if that translates to anything about what that dragonfly meant to you. Again, there's the artwork on it. Which kind of looks like a place I wouldn't mind being. Some palm trees and some crazy stuff going on in the sky there.
I think Azuriana asked if you remember what card it was, if you could send her a picture of the card.
I'll have to go back and look and see.
Okay. I've got to use the restroom.
Evelyn, you want one too?
Are you pulling one for Evelyn?
Yep.
All right, I'm running to the restroom right quick.
It is this card right here. Which, speaking of some meditation and Zen and this and that, that's what this card already reminds me of. It says, I am sacred to the vibrational breath that all is well. I am at peace with everything, so totally connected to the cosmic vibrations. So there again, I mean, that's another one that reminds me of, a lot going on in everybody's life. Everybody's got their own issues, problems, decisions. Your mind is constantly like working. So it's always good to just take, even like I say, if it's 5 or 10 minutes, just take that time and reconnect to yourself.
Yep, to the divine, to yourself.
Another one for Cheesecake Mafia. While we're doing them and they're short.
1111, make a wish.
Oh. Look, it's a picture of me on the front. That one was really hard for me to read. Okay, it says, I am sacred in the vibration that soaks up laughter and happiness. When I vibrationally create laughter around me, I can conquer anything. That was the same card that I just turned to and read earlier.
Oh my gosh, it is. And it was the one I wanted to hear because, like, the whole laughter thing.
Yep.
I was telling someone the other day, like I don't, talking about healers and not this or that. I'm like, you're a comedian. That's like a healer. You make people laugh.
Yeah, exactly. Laughter is like some incredibly important medicine.
Yeah.
And it's also good if you have like some bad shit hanging around your house that you want to get rid of, hey, have a get together, have a party, make everybody laugh, have a good time. And that'll run away the negativity.
Yep, that joyous energy.
So cool. We will
All
see y'all
right.
Sunday for Paranormal Soup. And I'm not sure exactly who we have on there yet.
Oh, I saw he was starting to post today
Yep.
before we went on, but I didn't get to see what it was yet.
But we will catch y'all then. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's over here because it's 2:13 in the morning. So it's the day after St. Patrick's Day here for me. But I'm still wearing green. And Jamie has this awesome glowing shamrock on her face. Just for y'all. So there you go. There you have it. We're out of here. And upcoming soon, like I mentioned last week, we'll soon be doing the show. It'll be on Amazon Fire Stick and Roku. So be able to watch us on TV on the big screen soon. So there you go. Thanks for being here. Love all y'all. Have a great week, and we'll see you Sunday. Bye-bye.